It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Texans and the Rams, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
Matthew Stafford's first season in Los Angeles could not have gone better, as he proved to be the missing piece that brought the Rams a Lombardi trophy. It was a very well-deserved moment for the 13th-year pro, who was 12th all-time in yards and touchdowns, but had never experienced a postseason victory before that season. Now, you just call him a Super Bowl champion, and boy did he embrace the Rams offense from the start, with almost 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns in 2021.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Stafford. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. Touchdown! Van Jefferson, 69 yards. And the Rams march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So here are the Texans now with a long field ahead. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Stroud on third down now. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And Stroud now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, right on the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
On first down, Stafford here. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Stafford going to give this to Akers. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the 4th-year running back. This is Devin Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Throwing now is Stroud. And that will be incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford right back to Atwell. That's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, it's Stafford. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. Now it's Stafford. And incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Houston set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Handoff right side to Pierce. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out about near midfield at the 49. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is set away. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Open man is Skoranek. He's got it. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Stafford. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's Stroud. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The second down throw now from Stroud. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Now Stroud. Open man is Noah Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Pierce. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that is incomplete. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Stroud on 3rd down now. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 33 yards. And the Texans are back within a score. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Dances by him. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Stroud escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile. Stroud here on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On second down, it's Stroud. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. And Stroud now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Running right through him. Oh, another great move. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And here comes the Texans now. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner. He got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he stopped immediately there. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. To throw is Stafford. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A give up the middle to Akers. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Rams on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. Houston set to take over. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Stroud now on second down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Stroud out of the gun here. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half. Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. And he slings one that's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Stafford now to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it? Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it. Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to kick it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Stroud to throw it. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Throwing now is Stroud. This will be complete to Mechie. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Airing it out deep for Woods. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here goes Stroud again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive. And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you
try and score when given the opportunity.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. Throwing on third down. Stafford. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here comes the Rams punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. That's pulled in at the 32. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Stroud now on 1st and 10. This will be caught by Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The second down throw now from Stroud. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now Stroud. And he wisely will throw that one away. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is taken at the 15. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked, and I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Right back to Singletary on second down.
And he powers his way up past the 30. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
To throw, Mills.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Bennett.
That would complete to Skoranek.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8.
And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the give, this is Singletary. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 38, Mills. Over the middle, that's caught by Amari Rodgers.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
And that is incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Now Bennett to throw. To throw on third down. Flush to his right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Evans gets it again on second down. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Bennett now on third down. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, Mills. That's complete. It's Collins. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Here's Mills. Got a man able to find Rodgers.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st and 10, Mills got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
A handoff here to Ogunbowale.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Mills.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
From the gun, it's a run by Evans.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Bennett from the gun on third down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And what a great call defensively there, because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got him. The cat blitz, tough to defend.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Now Mills.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Mills now looks to throw on first down.
And that is incomplete.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Mills to throw it.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll flip this out to Evans.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A give up the middle to Evans. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
On 3rd down, Bennett.
Open man is Skoranek. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll go again here with Evans.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Bennett to throw on third down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Looking to throw is Mills.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Mills from the gun on third down.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Now Bennett throwing to start the drive. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now Bennett to throw on second down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Evans running straight ahead. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Again, a run with Evans.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 12-yard line.
He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Here's Ogunbowale. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bennett.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, a give to Evans.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Bennett now from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Throwing, Mills. Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
3rd and short yardage, Mills.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And here's Bennett on 1st down. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Bennett. And he comes back with one complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. They'll try and run for this with Evans.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Bennett throwing on 4th down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Looking to throw. Bennett.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Bennett got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On 3rd down, it's Evans.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Houston set to take over. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Mills. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it.
This has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move them.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Got to give him points for the attempt, but there was just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Evans running behind center.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Bennett. He completes it to Evans. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 27.
A 1st down throw for Mills. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Mills throw taken in by Collins.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. from the 41. Mills, throw left side, taken in by Rodgers. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Open man there is Collins, complete.
20, 10, touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins.
Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Texans use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down 16-13, and time a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. And his kick is right there. It's good, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
Now, Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime, and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.